Well, good morning. Good, beautiful Wednesday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and we will be glad in it. I'm so glad that you've been able to join me just for a short while, maybe 8 or 10 minutes, to take some of the words of the Lord and to think about them on this week where we are following His resurrection. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I want you to feel blessed today. I want you to feel like you have sun in your heart and that you are just having rainbows and very beautiful things happening to your soul this week as we celebrate the week after Christ's resurrection. We're going to look at one of my favorite verses in the Bible, a set of verses in the Bible, and this is about Thomas, because I find myself being Thomas sometimes. And I think we all find ourselves being Thomas sometimes. See, Thomas was a disciple that we know he was loyal because he talked about when Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he was going to go to Jerusalem despite the danger with Jesus. But he also was a little bit pessimistic, and he was one of those people that it took a lot for him to believe. So Thomas should be a great encouragement to us, because Thomas was one that needed to be convinced, and he was so convinced that he pronounced Jesus as Lord and Savior, and he is just one of those people that we can really relate to in the Bible, as so many of the disciples are. Let's read John 20, and we're going to start over in 25. And we're going to end in 29. So let's start at 25 there. It says, the other disciples therefore said to him, "We have seen the Lord." They're talking to Thomas. So he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the prints of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." And after 8 days, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas with them. Jesus came, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, "Peace to you." Then he said to Thomas, "Reach your finger here, and look at my hands, and reach your hand here, and put it into my side. Do not be unbelieving, but believing." And Thomas answered and said, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." What a beautiful set of verses there. The risen Christ appears to the disciples, but Thomas is not there. Thomas hears about it, but he needs to be convinced. We shouldn't read this as that Thomas was this, I know that people use the term doubting Thomas, and they kind of, purse their lip and twist their mouth. Well, just to be very honest, if someone came to us and said, "I have seen the risen Christ," I think most of us would have a moment to pause. So we need not condemn Thomas. We need not look down on him or somehow believe that our faith is so much bigger than Thomas's, that we are so much higher than Thomas. We need to remain humble and realize that he was facing a situation that no one had faced before and no one has faced since. So he was in a situation where he needed this evidence, and Jesus came and said, "Put your hands here, put your fingers here." It should not be lost on us that Jesus is telling him to do exactly what he said he needed to do in order to be convinced. So Jesus had that full knowledge of that conversation. That shouldn't be lost on us today. But then, Jesus says to him, "Thomas, because you have seen, you have believed. Blessed are those who have seen, who have not seen, yet have believed." What a beautiful verse there, because we are among those who have not seen and yet we believe. We walk with Christ through faith, right? Faith in the things that we have not seen. But he says something that is so telling of today. He says, do not be unbelieving. This is what Jesus says. Do not be unbelieving, but believing. Do you hear the choice there? Do you hear that daily choice where we decide, we choose to be believing of Jesus Christ? We choose to have that faith. We choose to walk in that faith. No matter what's going on around us, no matter how we're being challenged, no matter the things that seem to be going off the tracks, or maybe they're going very well and we're very happy, but whatever is going on, we choose every day to be believing and not unbelieving. We make that choice. See, that is what faith is all about. Faith is the choice to believe. Faith is the choice to look toward the cross, to believe in the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and to know that he will come again. That should give us great confidence today. One thing I do want to touch on is that, the disciples were not just people who believed whatever they were told. That should become very clear in these verses. They didn't just believe whatever they were told. They didn't just kind of make up stories and just believe fables. No, they were men who needed to be convinced. They were women who needed to be convinced. And it should give us great hope that they were convinced to the point that they were willing to die for what they had seen. People often will not die for things that they believe in very strongly. They will renounce that belief when put under pressure. It should give us great hope that the disciples, when they were threatened with being killed, with imprisonment, with being put on an island away from everyone, when they were threatened with crucifixion themselves, that they refused to back up from the truth of Jesus Christ's resurrection. That should give us great hope this week. I hope you were encouraged this week. I hope that you are looking around at the flowers, at the trees. I hope you're looking around at the beauty that is testifying to God's name. And I hope you're looking around at the beautiful things of this world, that you're not focused on the ugly, you're not focused on the news, you're not letting the negativity just tear you out of the frame, but instead you are focusing very clearly on the things that are of Jesus, and that you are not only passionate for him, as we talked about Sunday, but that you have the passion of Christ, that you have passion of Christ for people, to love people, to talk to people about his resurrection. There is no better time than at this time. There is no greater opportunity. People are searching. Many people are lost. They're wandering. They just need something to believe in. And this is a perfect opportunity for us to be witnessing to them. I want you to be encouraged today. I want you to feel uplifted. I am praying for you. I know you're praying for me. I pray for this nation. I pray for this world. And I hope that you have not stopped celebrating Easter. In fact, you are continuing to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus all week long, even unto the time in many days when we celebrate the ascension of Jesus into heaven. I want you to be encouraged today. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you'll have a great rest of the week.